I'm looking at your piece right here, your original thumbnail. It's awfully big for a thumbnail. You should probably cut this down to be a quarter of this size because you don't want to spend all kinds of time and resources on something that big. It takes a long time. Okay, I'm looking at this and I put this together for you. Because if you look at the phases of the moon, instead of these looking like a graphic flag of sorts, and you know, the craftsmanship, we can do a lot better job on that. So we can go, and I'm looking at the colors that I found in sources that, you know, were kind of interesting. And if I use this one here, and I can add black to it, and then this will become this. And that's how you can get your phases of the moon with the Pathfinder tool, okay? You can even go simpler than this. You don't have to put the texture on it. But if you decided you wanted to, you can get your pencil tool, letter N, and you could draw some texture on it. And again, this is what we learned how to do early on in terms of being able to do the pathfindering. I'll copy, or I'll cut and paste this on top, but layers, not the top. Move it up there. Then I can copy and paste this on top, shift click on that, Pathfinder, and just keep the overlap. And then I just probably want to sample that and just make it a little bit darker. Shift key on the colors, shift key and drag it out. Okay, and that's what we get. Again, I've got the whole circle, Command C, Command F, Option Shift, Alt Option Shift to keep it like this if you wanted to add that golden color to it. Undo, oops, Control C, Control F, right click, move that to the back, and then slightly enlarge it, and then go and sample that golden color. Okay, so you could do that. Moonlight looks pretty good. These dots right here, you can use the star tool if you choose. You can go under the shape tool, you have the star tool. And if you click and you drag, and then you hit the up arrow, you can add as many anchors as you want, or the down arrow. As long as you click and hold the drag, you can do this kind of stuff. If you don't like how short the spires are on it, you can delete this. You can double, I believe it's double click. Let's just click out here once. And you can put as many points on. Radius 1 is the spires. Radius 2 is the center area, I believe. So let's try it again. I don't remember. I don't do stars very often. Yeah, I was right. So you can get these kind of stars too if you choose. So you get a little twinkle. And you can make this a lot smaller and get that twinkle. Do you see that? And so there's that. And don't forget also that on this, the blue part, you can go and do a blur, Gaussian blur, to add to that effect of it being in outer space, or maybe you're looking through a foggy night. Okay, that might be a little bit too much. Effect, blur, Gaussian blur. Okay, so you get that softer situation happening. And then let's see what that looks like reversed off of that dark blue. That looks pretty good. I might go and make this blue, however. You know, a sample of letter I, sample this blue, and shade it. Shift, drag this all the way over to the right, and maybe add a little black to it for dramatic effect. Your call. This color palette becomes a little bit, I think, maybe a little bit more sophisticated. This one is kind of primary. So it's almost like this is making your demographic, it's appealing to a younger demographic, maybe, as opposed to a more sophisticated older generation where they probably have more money. And the gold can be a little bit, the gold color that we have here You can make it paler so it's not as primary, and you get more sophisticated. Okay, just something to think about. Continue on. Try different color palettes, try different techniques with this, increase the scale, try doing this as perhaps a broadside treatment. And then you can have your moon, you know, maybe the earth is here, and you can have the moon changing as it goes up, the phasing. Could be something like this over the earth. That could be in you know, another direction that you go in based on what you're getting right here. There's all kinds of little options that might present themselves. So I would say beat this idea up. The goal is that this is so good that you can get it into your portfolio.